Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another brand new episode here on the channel. This is actually something I'm just starting kind of on a whim and seeing how it goes and how you guys respond as viewers. I kind of wanted to do something like this pretty much from the start of my YouTube channel, but I didn't really quite know how. But I just decided to kind of try it out now. I just got finished up recording a new episode of my podcast that I co host with my friend Steven called Cinema Discovery Project. It is on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean, and we just did an episode about Quentin Tarantino and his filmography, as well as him as a director and all those things. So I thought I would do something similar to that here on my channel, where I would go over all of the Blu-rays that I have from Quentin Tarantino, basically taking them directly off of my shelf, out of my Quentin Tarantino section. For those of you who don't know, my collection is structured in a certain way where I have it in alphabetical order by director's last name for a lot of directors, and Quentin Tarantino happens to be one of them. For those of you interested, he is sandwiched in between Seijun Suzuki and Andrei Tarkovsky when it comes to alphabetical order by last name. And I have all of his films. Luckily, so far, he has only done 9 films. His current film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is currently in theaters, and of course, once that comes out, I will definitely be buying it. Whether I buy it on Blu-ray or 4K UHD, I think that all depends on how it's released. I know it is shot on film, so I'm not quite sure how that will translate to 4K and Blu-ray. Typically fine 4K. I'm not sure if it's going to need it, but we will see when it comes out. But just grabbing all of the Blu-rays I have here, and I have been able to upgrade all of the films from DVD to Blu-ray, or at least the ones I had on DVD. I've been collecting Blu-rays now since about 2009, so some of these films have, of course, come out after that date. Coincidentally, Inglourious Bastards is probably one of the new release Blu-rays that I ever bought. But starting here uh, is the 15th anniversary edition of Reservoir Dogs. This is the Blu-ray, and what I actually ended up doing with a lot of the when I upgraded from DVD to Blu-ray is I decided that instead of just kind of getting rid of the Blu-rays getting rid of the DVDs, I mean initially, I decided to go online and find a website that sold the Blu-ray cases. So I decided to basically make my own Blu-ray and DVD combo packs. This was something that I saw one other YouTuber do. He hasn't done a video in years, but for those of you who are interested, it was Crazy Jason from Kakalaki Movies. He had his own channel doing his own stuff, and he did a lot of those things. And I kind of just followed suit because that was actually a good idea. You pay money to get the DVDs, you might as well keep them when the Blu-rays come out and they're not offering a DVD, included with it. Because some of those sets, some of the Blu-ray sets did not have the DVD counterparts with it. Some of them do. That kind of became the standard. Unfortunately, now is that you pretty much get a Blu-ray and a digital copy version of the film, and you don't really get the Blu-ray DVD combo packs so much anymore. They do still have them, but it's not a big thing these days, as it is physical media is kind of going downward a little bit, but it is still around, it is still alive. But getting back to this here, this is Reservoir Dogs. This is Quentin Tarantino's first theatrical film. He did a film earlier on in his career that never really got a theatrical release. Actually, it never, I don't think, got finished. There was something that happened in post-production, but this is technically his first film. And this Blu-ray here, unfortunately, does not look very good. It is a Blu-ray that came out right around when Blu-ray was starting to get more mainstream steam when it came to being a the home video format that would be the next one adopted. And unfortunately, the transfer on this doesn't look very good. It's from an MPEG-2 codec. For those of you who don't know what codecs are, they're basically what the video information on a disc is encoded in. It's the format that it's in, essentially. And different formats give you different qualities. An MPEG-2 format is basically standard def DVD quality. That's what all of your DVDs are encoded in. Blu-rays are pretty much encoded in AVC or VC1. 4Ks are different, 3D was different, but we don't really have to go into those for this video here. We can get into that in a different section later on. So this is the 50th anniversary edition MPEG-2 codec. The film was a low-budgeted film anyways. I may have been shot in 16mm, I'm not quite sure. But as you can see here, I actually have a 3-disc case, so I was able to put the, oh, bump that. I was able to put the Blu-ray here, and of course the subsequent 2 DVD set discs were, the following discs here, and I believe they contain the same supplements. Here on the back, there's a breakdown of all of the supplements listed. I'll go through all of those really, really quickly. But as you can see here, usual blurb, usual credits, basically things you normally want to see on the back of a Blu-ray case. First up here is Pulp Factoids Viewer, insider information about Reservoir Dogs and its source of inspiration. Playing It Fast and Loose, a documentary from the moments of its release in 1992, Reservoir Dogs has helped redefine modern cinema and an insightful study about the impact and ripple effect of the remarkable film. Of course, as with many other kind of well-known film directors, there have been a lot of copycats over time. And next up here is Profiling the Reservoir Dogs featurette, a unique perspective into the criminal minds of the film's colorful characters. And then it gives you kind of technical specs, 1080p high definition, widescreen presentation, English DTS high definition resolution audio, English 5.1 digital EX audio. Also, this needs an audio upgrade as well. The video and audio need to be upgraded. That DTS HD high resolution audio isn't particularly great. It's also a 6.1 channel versus a 5.1 channel. And for a film that's mostly dialogue heavy, you didn't need the extra channel in there. So that is Reservoir Dogs, one of Quentin Tarantino's best. It's certainly a favorite of mine. It's one that still holds up, 27 years later. Next up here is, probably Quentin Tarantino's most famous film, the one that really put him on the map. It's the one that really made me become a gigantic fan. Yet again, a lot of copycats of this movie, and that's, of course, Pulp Fiction. Here I have it with the slipcover. I still have the Best Buy price tag. For those of you out there who collect movies, the Best Buy price tags are the devil. They are the worst when it comes to getting them off of your slipcovers. Many times I try and it's just stuck on there too much. I don't want to damage the slipcovers. Even when it comes to things like this, like ads and director approved type things, and just all the stickers they put on the front, sometimes they come off no problem. Other times they destroy the strip cover, completely strip it, and you've got problems. So here's a really brightly colored, cover here of Uma Thurman. This was kind of the same cover they used for the DVD. Once again, this was another one where I took the DVD discs, got a new case, and added it with the Blu-ray. So, the slip cover comes off, and basically same exact cover. Sorry for the glare, same exact cover. Here is the back, where you have John Travolta as well as Samuel L. Jackson, and a list of all of the extras in here. There actually, I believe, are quite a few new extras in here. Or perhaps they are exactly the same and I'm thinking of something else. That's probably what it is. But opening it up here, you've got, once again, the disc, the Blu-ray disc here, and then flipping it over are the 2-disc DVD set. And I'm kind of glad that I did that instead of getting rid of the DVDs, because, you pay for them, you might as well keep them. But when it comes to the extras on this disc here, there is a stunning new 1080p transfer approved by Quentin Tarantino. Yes, this film does actually look amazing on Blu-ray. It looks absolutely fantastic. Like I said, new 1080p transfer. I'm really curious if we're going to get a 4K remaster at some point. It is 27 years later. Some of these films are having anniversaries. And yes, there is some new content here. There's a new 5.1 lossless DTS master audio. The film sounds absolutely fantastic. This is a movie that does employ a lot of really cool music as well. Something that's very known throughout Quentin Tarantino's filmography. And next up here is new interviews with cast, new critics retrospective on the movie's place in film history. And I think the rest are replications of what was on the DVD. Behind-the-scenes footage, Pulp Fiction, The Facts featurette, production design featurette, Siskel and Ebert at the movies, the Tarantino generation. That's very interesting. Independent Spirit Awards footage, Cannes Film Festival footage. Those are also very, very interesting as well. A lot of that stuff could probably be found on YouTube these days. That's what I'm thinking. Next is the Charlie Rose Show Tarantino interview. Yet again, something you could probably find on YouTube. Still galleries, trivia track, and deleted scenes. So that is Pulp Fiction. I really love this Blu-ray set. It really pops along the shelf, and it has a lot of detail within it. So next up is of course Quentin Tarantino's next film, and literally says a film by Quentin Tarantino as if you didn't already know. And this is Jackie Brown, which I think is one of his most underrated films. And for Jackie Brown, I just have the standard Blu-ray case here. I never actually bought the DVD because this was actually one of the last Quentin Tarantino films that I bought when it came to just his back catalog and collecting and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of you already know those issues and problems and whatnot. But back here you have the usual stuff, listing of special features. Once again, terrible glare from my computer screen, so sorry about that. And of course, inside is pretty much plain Jane, what you're used to seeing, just the disc. That's it. And it's literally the replication of the art that's on the cover. Just a little lazy to me, but you get what you can get these days when it comes to Blu-ray packaging and movie packaging and whatnot, for the most part. But it says here there's with over 3 hours of bonus features, and here they are: breaking down Jackie Brown, how it went down, retrospective featurette. Retrospective featuring interviews with Quentin Tarantino, Pam Grier, Robert Forster, Samuel L. Jackson, Robert De Niro, Bridget Fonda, Michael Keaton, Elmore Leonard, and crew. Yes, this film is actually an adaptation of an Elmore Leonard novel called Rum Punch, and is actually one of the, I think maybe perhaps the only film that's not an original screenplay in which Quentin Tarantino wrote, at least when it comes to his feature films and whatnot. And we also have here, look back at Jackie Brown interview with Quentin Tarantino, Chicks with Guns video. I'm thinking that that's the opening scene of this movie is just Samuel L. Jackson and Robert De Niro watching a marketing video for women with guns. They're trying to sell you guns. I'm guessing that's what that is. And we have Siskel and Ebert at the movies, the Jackie Brown review, Jackie Brown on MTV, marketing gallery, still galleries, trivia track, deleted scenes, and alternate scenes. So that is Jackie Brown. I really love that movie, and I really like, black exploitation, kind of that revival and whatnot. Next up here, I guess I could actually bring both of them out, is Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2. Yellow, red. Very, very interesting that now you can pretty much consider these one long movie. At least that's the way Quentin Tarantino considers them. So when they're on the shelf, I guess, you put them together and whatnot. But what is interesting about this packaging is I'll show you initially. But first up, let's look into just Kill Bill Volume 1 here. You have the front, you got the back with usual special features and the list and whatnot. You also have, of course, and this was another one where I had it on DVD already, so I got a 2-disc case to replace the single disc case. And here over here is the DVD, and here is the Blu-ray. And I did the same thing for Volume 2. But before we get to Volume 2, let's read off the back here. Bonus features: the making of Kill Bill Volume 1, the 5, 6, 7, and 8 bonus musical performances, Tarantino trailers of Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill Volume 1 teaser, Kill Bill Volume 1 bootleg trailer, and Kill Bill Volume 2 teaser. As we all know now, in the YouTube age, having trailers as special features really don't count for anything. So next up here is Kill Bill Volume 2, which is the longer film, which is what some people would say the better film. It's definitely the meatier film when it comes to plot and character stuff and all those things. Once again, here is the DVD and the Blu-ray. The DVD is here, the Blu-ray is here. Sometimes you may mix them up because they have the same exact cover art for the discs, which are kind of lazy, but whatever. That's kind of the way things are sometimes. And there's even less special features on this disc here. The making of Kill Bill Volume 2, Damo deleted scene, and then Shingon musical performance. That is it. And the reason why I wanted to mention something important is I don't know if this happened with anyone else or if it's just me buying this specific edition from where I did. I may have bought in the Blu-rays on eBay back in the day. I'm not quite sure, but for some reason my Volume 2 case has a reversible cover, but my Volume 1 doesn't. So here is as you can see here in the background, there's a reversible cover, which is very interesting to me. I'll take that out so you can get a better look at it. But it's something that I don't know if there's a volume 1 edition that has that. So here is actually it's not even a reversible cover. It's giving you the details of the scene selection details, as well as having a list of all the people that the bride is after. So I don't know what the heck I was just talking about. That's what I was doing these things live. But the first one doesn't have that, and that's very interesting to me. Also, those scene selection things, you saw them in a lot of DVDs that came out in the 2000s, and you saw them typically they would give you a one sheet of like an insert that would show you those things. Like you couldn't go into the menu and I guess pull up the scene selection option and just look at the scenes there. I It was kind of a waste of paper. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's very interesting how that's not something that's carried on in the recent wave of Blu-rays over the last, 10 years or so. They've kind of gone away with inserts in general, unfortunately, when it comes to several reasons. But yeah, so that is Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2. Once again, really fantastic Quentin Tarantino films. These are films that people very, very know very well. That's what I wanted to say. Next up is actually a two-pack, if you will, double feature, and that is of Grindhouse. And here you can see I have the black cover with the red embossed logo or writing of the title of the film. And the reason why I have this is because Grindhouse was kind of a double feature thing that was done with Robert Rodriguez as well as Quentin Tarantino. I didn't quite know which section to put this in. I just kind of ended up putting it in a Quentin Tarantino section just randomly. I do have a Robert Rodriguez section as well, so I could have put it there. It's one of those things where when you have a multi-movie set, with multiple directors, which one goes where, depending on how you structure your collection. But this is, of course, a slipcover, and this slipcover also folds out to where you see a poster here. Wow, I'm breaking stuff. Where you see a poster here, and then on the right here, it has some writing and some promo stuff, promoting both. That it's Robert Rodriguez, it's Quentin Tarantino, it's their work, but this time they're back to back, promoting stuff. But this slipcover comes off, and you have more artwork. There's actually a lot of artwork on here, which I kind of really like. You have like the marquee, the Grindhouse marquee with the double movie posters. You have a still shot up here of Rose McGowan from Planet Terror. And yeah, I really like this. Now on the back here, you have once again both Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, a list of all the special features and whatnot, which I'll read off very, very soon. And when you open it up here, they are actually on, both films are on one disc. And it's very interesting how you can watch them as just one long double feature, which is kind of the way you would watch Grindhouse double features back in the theater, back in the 60s and 70s. So here you have the movie disc, and then here you have the special features disc as well. Yes, the special features disc. And there's actually some artwork in the back here, which I didn't even notice until right now. This special this special artwork is basically just still photos and posters and kind of stuff like that. Very, very cool. But it also came with an insert as well, and it's kind of a really heavy paper stock, almost cardboard-ish insert. And on the front here it says Death Proof, and on the back here it says Planet Terror. And inside is once again, inside is a breakdown of all of the special features on disc 1, disc 2, plus the all new bonus features that were exclusive, I think, to this release. So you may want to track down this release because I think they were also released individually earlier on, and this was kind of something that they released later. And I never got those first initial releases. I don't even know if I ever got these on DVD. I probably didn't. But for disc 1, you have Planet Terror, there's intermission cards, and of course you have trailers. There were a lot of Grindhouse trailers where they made fake trailers just to make it feel more like authentic Grindhouse. There's Werewolf Woman of the SS, Don't, Thanksgiving, Death Proof, Planet Terror. There's a commentary by, and that for Planet Terror has a commentary by writer director Robert Rodriguez. Planet Terror audience reaction track, Planet Terror, Thanksgiving trailer commentary, director Eli Roth and co-writer / actor Jeff Randall. So I guess the Planet Terror, that was just an audio commentary. That wasn't a commentary on the trailer. But Disc 2 special features has Planet Terror, Robert Rodriguez 10-minute film school, the badass babes of Planet Terror, the guys of Planet Terror, casting rebels, sickos, bullets, and explosions, the stunts of Planet Terror, the friend, the doctor, and the real estate agent, Planet Terror poster gallery, and then for Death Proof, you have stunts on wheels, the legendary drivers of Death Proof, Quentin's greatest collaborator, editor Sally Mankey, who I believe had passed away after this at some point. Yeah, I don't think she was the editor for Django or the Hateful Eight. And so continuing on there, the guys of Death Proof, Kurt Russell as Stuntman Mike, Finding Quentin's Gals, the uncut version of Baby It's You performed by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, introducing Zoe Bell, Double Dare trailer, Death Proof extended music, Death Proof poster gallery, and then there's, of course, all new bonus features. Man, there's a lot of features on here. You definitely get your money's worth. The all new bonus features, Robert Rodriguez 10-minute cooking school, the makeup effects of Planet Terror, excuse me, the hot rods of Death Proof, the Texas to Tennessee, the production design of Death Proof. And then there's the making of the trailers, extended Werewolf Woman of the SS trailer, extended cut of Werewolf Woman of the SS trailer with commentary by director Rob Zombie, the making of Werewolf Woman of the SS trailer, extended Don't trailer, extended cut of Don't trailer with commentary by director Edgar Wright, the making of Don't trailer, Don't storyboard / trailer comparison, Don't storyboard / trailer comparison with commentary by director Edgar Wright, Don't storyboard still gallery, Don't poster with extended Don't score by David Arnold, the making of Thanksgiving trailer, and then there's even more. Additional features. The New York Times talk with Lynn Hirschberg, Comic-Con 2006 featuring the directors and cast of Grindhouse, Hobo with the Shotgun produced by Rob Cotterill, directed by Jason Eisner, Grindhouse trailer contest winners. A Hobo with a Shotgun then went on to become a feature film starring Rutger Hauer, the late Rutger Hauer, who just passed away sometime last week. And yeah, he's definitely sorely missed. I definitely want to do a video on just Blade Runner and just talk about how amazing he was as Roy Batty. So that is Grindhouse. Of course, Quentin Tarantino only contributed Death Proof and not Planet Terror. That was Robert Rodriguez. So next up here is Inglourious Bastards. This, like I said, is probably one of the first straight up new release Blu-rays that I bought when I started collecting Blu-rays, making that transition from DVD. This is, I think, one of Tarantino's best films. This may be, some may say it's his best film. It may be some people's favorite films. It's certainly up there for me. Pulp Fiction still may be my number one, but man, this is a fantastic movie. The slipcover as well as the inner artwork is exactly the same. There are a lot of editions of Inglourious Bastards, a lot of special editions with different packaging, all kinds of different covers, steelbooks. I've seen so many people collect this film in so many different versions. I only went with one. That was the standard Blu-ray and digital copy combo at the time. Opening it up here, there's a digital copy code that is long expired, so you can get rid of those. I never throw those things away. I always like to keep my packages as complete as possible. So on the left, so as you can tell here, one is the DVD, one is the Blu-ray. You can pretty much tell which one's which. This is the DVD digital copy code. They actually gave you a disc for a digital copy as opposed to just giving you the copy code. This was 10 years ago. Digital wasn't what it is now. This is, of course, the DVD in the standard universal, really boring disc, no disc art. So Reading off all the special features for Inglourious Bastards, you have extended and alternate scenes, roundtable discussion with Quentin Tarantino, Brad Pitt, and Elvis Mitchell. Elvis Mitchell, I believe, is a film critic. Yeah, he's a film critic. And then you have the making of Nation's Pride, a conversation with Rod Taylor, and more. Additional features: Nation Pride, film within the film, the original Inglourious Bastards, Quentin Tarantino's camera angle, film poster gallery tour, and more. And yeah, this is absolutely amazing film, amazing cast, just the screenplay astonishing. He won an Oscar for that. This is the film that really launched the career of one Christoph Waltz. So if you see Christoph Waltz and you want to know, man, what movie has that guy been in? He's been in Inglourious Bastards, and he's also been in the next movie I'm going to talk about, and that is Django Unchained. And this is a unique edition because I believe this is the Best Buy exclusive edition for when it came out, because I want to say the Target exclusive was the Steelbook at the time. I just want to make sure that that is true and I'm not just making things up. So please excuse me while I. Yes, this looks like, yep, Best Buy exclusive digipack with bonus disc and packaging. And I believe the packaging is just this slip box here that I'm going to show you in a few seconds. So you get a cover here with the three main characters, and on the back as well you get another shot of Jamie Foxx as Django, and of course the usual listing of special features. And this is a Blu-ray DVD digital copy plus Ultraviolet. Ultraviolet actually just finally closed up shop as of like this week or so. So this slips out here as kind of a box. Okay. And then you get the cover that I just showed you, but of course it's white with the characters in black and white. On the back is Christoph Waltz's character, Schultz, I believe. And then it just kind of folds out like a digipack, gatefold. Once again, a digital copy code that is irrelevant now because those things expire more quickly than you would actually think. They don't really last that long. So for those of you out there who want to cash in on some of these digital copy codes from some recent films that you've bought, you may want to do that soon because they don't last that long. And here you have a 3-disc set. I want to say that it is one Blu-ray and 2 DVDs, but I want to make sure that I'm not lying to you. Yes, it is 3-disc set, one BD, one Blu-ray disc, and 2 DVDs. I'm just checking on Blu-ray.com. So I don't give you wrong information, but there's one disc here that's red. It's red, white, and black, and I can't really fit it all within the frame, but as you can see, there it is. I really wish I had planned for this, but you can see it here. So there it is. That's the Blu-ray disc, 2 DVDs, and that are the special features, as well as, I want to say the middle disc probably has the movie, and then the third disc has the extra special features that I'm going to go into right now. So let's see what we have here. Okay, special features. Reimagining the spaghetti western, the horses and stunts of Django Unchained. Remembering J. Michael Riva, the production designer of Django Unchained, the costume designs of Sharon Davis. 20 years in the making of Tarantino XX Blu-ray collection. They actually did put out a whole Blu-ray collection collecting all of his films, I think, up until Django Unchained, because I believe his film came out in 2012. So it would have been, coinciding with the 20th anniversary of Reservoir Dogs. Unfortunately, when it comes to sets like that, they're never complete because, as you'll find out, he made another movie, and he's probably going to make another movie after that. So those sets are never really quite complete. That's why I don't really pick them up. They are shelf space savers, though, which I guess are really, really nice, but you're going to end up adding more movies to it anyways. But I want to make sure that the bonus disc feature is mentioned here as well. It says bonus disc around the globe with Django Unchained, conversations with the filmmakers and cast. I'm not sure if that was mentioned on the back, so I wanted to mention that just in case. So, moving right along here, we're going to be moving into the last one here. And the last one here is his most recent film to be released on Blu-ray and DVD and whatnot, is The Hateful Eight. And The Hateful Eight, the edition that I have is the Target exclusive with bonus content as well. So similar to the Django Unchained, but that was at Best Buy. Once again, it has a unique slipcover. This is actually a lenticular slipcover. And when it came to leaving these stickers on here, I think I did that because I didn't want to destroy the lenticular slipcover. Because once that happens, you can't really do anything because the lenticular slipcover is so touchy. You know what I mean? For those of you who know what I mean, you know what I mean. But yeah, that is the Hateful Eight. It is a cover here that is really nice. I don't know if you can see the lenticularness. You can see like the snowflakes moving and whatnot. But on the back here, once again, is a shot of a stagecoach, as well as the bonus features. And opening it up here, you get the same exact stuff as the inner artwork. So opening it up here, once again, digital copy code, that's irrelevant. And you get the DVD as well as the other two discs. They decided to put a tray here. You'll see that. They decided to put a tray for this Blu-ray disc, but put this Blu-ray disc here. I don't know. They could have just, you know, had another place here for this disc, but whatever. So that's pretty much what you get. There are the disc art is okay. It's the same as the cover of the inner artwork, but this one here is different. So that's kind of nice. It's also, I think this is the bonus disc that's supposed to be exclusive to this packaging. I'm not really sure if you can get some of these exclusives still available. My guess is they would have to be third-party sellers, Amazon Marketplace, as well as eBay, it seems to be, or local places that are selling used Blu-rays and DVDs and whatnot. Because sometimes these things, go out of print over time, and oftentimes they actually end up re-releasing these as well. I wouldn't put it past these studios here to be re-releasing a lot of these films in the new 4K UHD format. How well they would sell, I think all depends on the title. I really do. There's a lot of Tarantino fans out there, but physical media right now, when it comes to selling these indie movies to a new audience, is going to be kind of tough. I know I'm going to buy them, and a bunch of my friends are going to buy them, but are the masses going to buy them, and how much does it cost to produce all these extracurricular stuff that we don't really worry about? But let's get to this bonus features here. Beyond the Eight, a behind the scenes look, Sam Jackson's Guide to Glorious 70mm, The Hateful Eight, an inside look at Quentin Tarantino's eighth film. They really like to emphasize that it's Quentin Tarantino's eighth film because Quentin Tarantino himself has said that he's only going to be doing 10 films. Granted, he's kind of said that he may have another one in there that doesn't count, basically being Star Trek, but who knows? Do I think he's going to finish with 10? I don't think so. I think he's going to do more than 10, or he's going to do something more past that point. But the bonus disc here says, The Hateful Eight, an inside look at Quentin Tarantino's eighth film. Yet again, I just want to make sure that they did point that out on the back. So that has been all of the films that I have in my Quentin Tarantino section of my movie collection, if you will. I probably should end up retitling this, movie collection spotlight as opposed to Blu-ray collection spotlight, but maybe I'll do that in post. So that has been my first type of these videos. Let me know if you like these types of videos, and if you want me to go into other sections that I have so many different directors that I would just love to talk about the different editions, as well as, why these directors are important. Quentin Tarantino, of course, is an important director when it comes to modern day filmmaking. A lot of people have taken a lot from him. His screenplays are fantastic. He always has a really great cast in his films, and I always really like his movies. I know his films aren't for everyone, and that's up to you. You can like or dislike whatever types of movies you want. It's all up to you. It's very subjective. But just also let me know if you like me doing this kind of live shoot instead of doing the camera setup stuff, because that's kind of a pain in the butt when it comes to juggling all of these things. And I also really like to be able just to free verse up here and not have to worry about editing and post-production, all that kind of stuff. But I've kept you long enough, so once again, if you like this video, please go and check out all of the other videos on my channel.